Consent. BF didn't take me seriously when I changed my mind right before sex. I felt violated. Attempts to converse with him just lead to, I was too horny to think, or, I didn't know you wanted to stop, despite me explicitly stating I wasn't feeling it and screaming, stop, at him multiple times before giving up. Where do I go from here? It's really difficult to just ignore what happened. It's affecting how I see him and by extension affecting our intimate time, as I can't get to a headspace where I am comfortable. Edit. Just thought to add this as its own post. More context. His excuses and denying any accountability mean he might do it again. How does that make you feel? Do you want to be with someone who treats you like that? I have a friend, the rough type, when it comes to sex. He is an ex-sex addict. Even if the girl said no at the very moment he was about to penetrate her, he would stop. Because the first rule of having sex is consent. I'm telling you this so you and see that even people with baggage can do what he didn't. Not because he couldn't, but because he just cared about taking what he wanted. Didn't matter what you said. Because hearing your partner telling you no while you are penetrating her isn't really something you can ignore. And yes, you can get raped from a partner you trusted. And then you don't know how to deal because you're even ashamed of telling them you think this was rape because it's so unbearable. Don't stay. Whatever you do. He doesn't even recognize that your consent trumped his desires. Even after the fact, he doesn't denies raping you. He just justifies it by saying he was too horny to think. Ah, that's all. Then if it's just that you were too horny, that's not rape anymore. All good. Where do I go from here? The opposite direction from him. If you take the most serious route, you report him to the authorities. If you don't, you end your relationship and never look back. I'm a guy. I assure you that we can control ourselves. Of course we, and honestly this applies to women too, can get horny and amped up. But that will never be an excuse. Since it's not, for a logical person to respect no. I'd normally ask how old you both are and how long you've been together, but in this case it means nothing. You were raped. There's no nice way to put it, and I'm so sorry it happened. So now not only did he rape you, but he's now gaslighting you into thinking you're crazy to not understand his feelings. Run. So what you're saying is that you're not mature enough to control yourself. So he raped you and you're having trouble getting over it? Yes, that's normal. Don't let him minimize what happened. It's also normal to not want to be intimate with your rapist. Please break up without him and never look back. If you don't honor your boundaries, her never will either. No means no. No sex means no sex. If you change your mind about having sex, he needs to respect it. Of course, if he changes his mind about having sex, you need to respect it too. My advice: break up. If sexual boundaries are not respected, then other aspects with the relationship will eventually not be respected either. As a man, I could never carry on if a woman clearly stated no prior to intercourse. If she's not feeling it, then I'm not neither. He should have said okay and gave you a cuddle or whatever you two do with your quality time, not proceed and put you in an uncomfortable situation. We have a word for that. It's called rape. The fact is he violated you and your consent. He'll do it again and he will continue to take what he wants from you. There are several next steps you should take. One of the most important is removing him from your life. It's really sad how many posts I see on this subreddit from young girls and women who have clearly been raped. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Please leave him and get help. If you need resources, RAIN is a wonderful organization. They have live chats and can help connect you to therapists. If you live together and have nowhere to go, please check out your local women's shelter for victims of domestic violence. They will often shelter you until you get back on your feet and help you find employment and places to stay if you need it. You need to leave him. He doesn't value you, and he will do it again. And the more he does it, the less your feelings and desires will matter. He will steal more and more of you until nothing is left. Dump the dude. Don't ever stay with a guy who will violate your sexual boundaries. Trust me, it don't get better once the line is crossed. I second calling the authorities as well. But please leave the guy and don't ever let him back into your life. There is no such thing as being too horny to stop. It's called being horny and not minding hurting someone for that sake. Know you wanted to stop, despite me explicitly stating I wasn't feeling it and screaming, "Stop," at him multiple times. That's rape. The fact you felt you just had to give in says a lot about your relationship. You should never feel like you just have to give in. As to where you go from here, you break up with him immediately as you can no longer trust him. His explanations are gross. I am sorry you went through this. You deserve better from someone who supposedly loves you. That's textbook sexual assault, rape. I'm really sorry this happened to you. Even in my drunkest and horniest moments, I would never even dream of doing something like this. You need to take this very seriously and realize it's probably not the last time he's done this to someone. Oh well. No more relationship. He violated your body for his own needs, and I guarantee you he isn't sorry, and he probably is acting like he's done no wrong. If you let this continue, something worse could happen. I know you might be scared, but there's nothing to hold on to here. He's not sorry and he hurt you. Now it's time to build yourself up and find the courage to leave him. GLOP sparkling heart, sparkling heart, sparkling heart butterfly. Yeah, call the cops. F that guy. That was rape. You cannot have a healthy relationship with someone who doesn't respect your boundaries. So his excuse is basically that he was unable to control himself. I don't believe it for even an instant, but let's imagine that's true. Your boyfriend cannot control himself when he's horny. Your boyfriend is a rapist. It's unlikely you're the first person he's done this to. I am super proud of you for sticking to your guns in the moment. That's a really hard thing to do. No one wants conflict with their partner, and often in situations like this, when the rapist continues after the victim has told them they don't want it, it's very common for victims to freeze up or just allow it, because confronting rapists is dangerous, and accepting that the person you trusted and cared for is raping you is traumatic in its own way. This is a man who chose to rape you because he wanted to. Period. If he isn't able to control himself, he's a lunatic predator who should legitimately be locked away from society. This book will open your eyes to other manipulations and tactics he uses. It explains why he will often choose to cause you harm if he feels it's necessary to get what he wants. Please be safe. This book will change your life. Free online here. https://archive.org/details/lundyhidushead of that. That is the definition of rape. This should be a deal breaker. Pack your stuff and go. Call the rape crisis hotline and talk to them about you saying no and him refusing to stop. Then call the police and press charges so the next woman he is with won't have to be raped because he was too horny to stop.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.